Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's product information webinar on this Tuesday, the 21st of February. So my name's Tony Frame, and I'm going to be hosting tonight's webinar. Very, very excited about the release of our Modere colour makeup range, and very excited to introduce you to Kelly Donnell, who is a senior team leader with Modere. And she was a beauty therapist and an aromatherapist, and she's now a school teacher, and she's very, very passionate about Modere products. So she's going to bring her wealth of knowledge to tonight's webinar, and we're going to run through the new Modere colour makeup range. So I'll just find Kelly here. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I had to go back to the phone. Sorry about that.
Right,
okay. Is that all right? I'm just going to talk on my phone. Sorry about that. We've got too many computers going on, I think. Oh, we've got a storm here. Welcome, everybody, and good to be here tonight. I'm really tough to be able to be talking to you about this, because it is something I'm so excited about and something that I've already fallen in love with very much. So if we can go to the next slide, Tony. Okay, there's a little picture of me. Some of you might know me, but those that don't, I am living in Catherine, and feverishly sharing the news about Modere around here, and the people that I work with absolutely love it, and as do I. So a little bit about myself is 23 years ago I began working as a beauty therapist and a makeup artist, doing lots of wedding makeups and special events, and during that time I specialised in the chemistry of cosmetics, and this has been an interest of mine I've followed over the years very closely. I have used the Modere skincare for over 14 years, and I came across it because my boyfriend at the time had the most terrible eczema. He would bleed his skin every day. He would scratch so terribly, and being a beauty therapist, I was trying to find the answers in every possible way. I looked at so many products, but once I tried the Modere products, his skin completely cleared up, to my amazement, and then I became a user, and now I'm a 100% user of all of the products, and in most recent years the nutrition, which I also love. But tonight I'm going to talk a little bit more detail about the colour range, and it's super exciting, because these products, of what I know about the ingredients, they're really going to explode in this marketplace today that is crying out for safe, organic, vegan and environmentally friendly makeup alternatives to what you can buy on the market right now. I have just spent 4 months in Italy, just talking to people over there, and the makeup industry there is huge. I personally have met people that were buying makeup because it was cruelty-free, and that was really important to them. But looking at those products, it still contained so many harmful, toxic ingredients, and the animal cruelty factor was really high on their list, and that's why they were purchasing those products. But it's really exciting for us, and so wonderful to be able to say that Modere ticks all of those boxes, and this is truly, amazing, and something to really focus on, because it's not out there, and it's just amazing. We can now use makeup that's safe for us, for the environment, and for the animals, and that's just a beautiful thing. So, next slide, please, Tony. Good makeup starts with a good base, and that starts from within. So when we're applying makeup, we really are thinking about the canvas that we're putting it on, and to have a smooth, clear canvas to start with is important. It makes you feel good, and it makes the makeup shine too. So what am I talking about? Just briefly going to mention the other Modere products that we can start with before we apply makeup. This is the bottom of the slide is the skincare range. It's my bare minimum. I can't rave enough about these products. I'm not going to do it in detail now, but to be just to focus in on my number one go-to here is the Modere ID. That product will improve the tone and the texture of your skin, and will visibly and very quickly reduce lines and wrinkles, and that has been shown time and time again after so many of my customers have been using it, and there's lots of posts that are online that you can see about that a little bit further detail. The exfoliant as well is important to use because you need to slough off the dead skin, especially if you're using makeup every day. You want to be clearing your skin of any dead build-up, dead skin, and little bits of makeup that get caught in there. So the exfoliant is really beautiful, and it doesn't have any of those harmful the very harmful plastic beads that get caught in our waterways. It actually has a jojoba base to it, which is absolutely beautiful. Just at the top of the slide there is some of the nutrition. The nutrition is nourishing your body from the inside out, and when we have a healthy gut and a healthy bowel, our skin can really shine. So there's some of my bare minimums that I go to every day just to keep my skin looking really lovely. Next slide, please, Tony. All right, we're going to start with the colour. Here we go. First thing is the primer. So after you've cleansed and you've moisturised, you might wait a few moments before you apply your makeup. And the first thing you do is apply the primer. I haven't always been using primer in the past, but I use it now, and the reason is I haven't found one that is safe enough, that has none of those toxic ingredients inside. This primer is absolutely sensational, and let's go to the next slide, Tony, and I'll talk about it a bit more. Okay, the reason is it has a certified organic aloe, and the aloe is really, really soothing to the skin. It gives you a smooth base to your skin. Once you put it on, you can feel the difference. It feels beautiful. It will make your foundation last longer. Primers are all the buzz in Europe, as I mentioned before, and the safe ingredients in this primer is really the key here, because it's nearly impossible to find one. I know that the company has worked really hard to create a product that has it all, and this is something that is going to make the difference to your foundation application, and having the makeup just shine for you all day long. So my voice is going because I've been talking to 4-year-olds all day. Tony, next slide, please. Okay. The foundations. First of all, I'm going to talk about the colours, and then second, I'm going to talk about what the ingredients are and how to apply them. So on this slide, you can see them, but when you look at the bottle and look at the powders, that is not a true tale of what the colour is going to be like. This is a product that you really need to try. So if you can talk to the person that invited you on the call, if you haven't had an opportunity to see the products up close, then they're the person to talk to get a feel for the foundation colours. But if you can't do that, I'm just going to explain them really, really briefly, because if you do know about foundation, this will just give you a little outline of what they're like. There's 4 liquids. The first one is vanilla, and I'm not talking about them in order on the slide, sorry. I'm just talking about the colours. When you look at vanilla, it's a creamy neutral colour, and it's good for all complexions. It's a fairly neutral looking colour, quite light. Sand is the next colour, and that is a warm colour with a little bit more depth, and it has a green base. So if you're a complexion that has a little bit of redness to it, then sand has got the green base in it. That's really good to tone down redder skin. Nougat is another colour that has green in it, not so much as the sand, but it's good for a yellow base complexion. So Nougat is another neutral colour too. And natural doesn't have any of the greens, and it's better for the cooler or the bluer skin tones. When you try them on, if you get a chance, we absorb different pigments in our skin depending on our skin tones, our skin types, the amount of acid in our top layer of our skin. So every colour, including all of the colours I'm going to talk about today, will absorb differently on each person. So talk to who you can to have a try, because that's where you're going to see the best. The 4 powder minerals, the 4 colours are Biscotti, which is a warm neutral colour, Ivory, which is a warm colour but it's a much lighter powder than Biscotti, Porcelain. Porcelain is a very, very light colour for the pinker tones or the fairer skin, perhaps with the reddish natural hair, that type of skin tone. And Tan. Tan is a darker, warmer caramel skin tone. Now, Sonia from Modere advises that Modere will be making more colours as time goes on and as they get feedback about these colours, but they've just gone with the 8 mineral foundations that will suit a general population, and then add to that. You can also use the powder on top of the liquid, and that will darken any of those colours, so that's a really good thing to do. Next slide. Thanks, Tony. Okay. As I said, there's the 4 liquids there. What makes them so beautiful is that they have the organic jojoba seed, which is very similar to the natural oils in your skin. So it sits on your skin really nicely. And it feels beautiful. It's not like you've got that heavy feeling on your skin. It's absolutely beautiful. The organic avocado oil helps the application, so it smooths on, it glides on really nicely. And the organic rose flower just has softening to the skin, so that's really, really, really lovely too. And you can see next to the colours, I've got the 2 sponges that are for sale with the makeup. You can buy them separately, but they're called the Beauty Blending Sponges. And I love these. They're so fantastic, and they make putting your foundation on easy and evenly. It helps it to just go evenly over your face. So if you want to, you can wet them, wring them out, really squeeze the water out, and then you can put some foundation on your hand and use the sponge to blend from there. Or you can use your fingers if you're used to doing that. But that's a really, really good thing to try if you haven't tried it before. The foundation powders are also really easy to apply with the kabuki brush, and I've got the picture of the kabuki brush there. It's a bigger brush, and what it does is it picks up those minerals. It has the mica in it, in the mineral powder. It picks up those particles, holds it on the brush, okay, and then it's easy to apply on your skin. All right, the best thing about these brushes are they are cruelty-free. There's no animal fibers, and they're made with a product called Teclon. I rang Modere today actually just to speak a little bit further about the ingredients, and they're a very safe synthetic, and also hold these powders really, really well, and that's what you want. You just don't want it falling off your brush or just applying on your face in an awkward way. So they're beautiful to use. Some customers I've tried it with this week have fallen in love with these brushes, and so applying makeup really well, it's important to have a really good brush. So the kabuki brush is the go for the powder. If you want to, you can use the powder wet or dry. So all you need to do is just wet your brush and just run your brush over one side of the compact, so you have the option to use it as dry as well. So keep one side as your wet side and one side as your dry side, and then use it the same each time, so you know you'll wear your powder down the right way. The more layers you put, the higher coverage you'll get, and this is just incredible. These foundations are so comparable to the things I've been looking at on the market over the last few years. And I've been waiting for these products, because this is something we put on our skin daily, and you know, not only does it absorb into our skin, but we breathe it in. So it's just so lovely to have a safe powder to put on. Let's move on. Next slide. Thanks, Tony. Oh, I've got a picture of the other brushes here. So as I said, they're vegan, and there's a range of brushes you can buy. So they're applying the lipsticks, the eyeshadows, the foundation with the kabuki brush, which is on the side, and then you've got some for the blushes there. It's all based on choice and how you feel with using it, but they are all really beautiful to use. The brushes it's really important to keep them clean. Okay, because they're not animal fibers, then they don't have all of the indents, basically, because animal fiber has indents in brushes, in their fibers, and what happens is you store bacteria. Because of the Teflon that this is made out of, you're not storing bacteria on these brushes, which is fantastic. But if you wash them just once a week would be enough. You can use the Modere shower gel, that's what I use, and then lay them flat to dry on a paper towel. And then my favorite, I've got the mouth rinse there, because I spray my brushes with the mouth rinse. It disinfects them and keeps them really, really clean. And that's also something I do to my mascara wand, just to protect the mascara and to keep the brush clean. I'll spray them. I have my mouth rinse in a little spray bottle. So that's a really good thing to do. Lay them flat, don't dry them upright, and they'll be really good to go the next time you want to use them. Okay, moving on. Thanks, Tony. The cheeks, the cheek colour, really, really exciting to have a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. The bronzer you can use, if you want to go a little bit more natural, you can use it instead of the foundation powders. So you can just give yourself some cheek colour, some eye colour, even lip colour with the bronzer. It's an all-in-one. If you want to use it over the foundation, then you just apply it on a different brush to your kabuki brush. Use it, one of the other brushes. Use it for on top of your cheek colour. On top of your foundation, and just apply it around. I sort of go by the rule of making a 3 on the side of your face. So if you imagine the number 3, start on your forehead, go around to your cheeks, and then around to your chin, and you've got a really good outline and a really good shading with the bronzer. The 3 colours there are Dusk, Poppy and Posy. All very, very different, and again, really, really good to try if you can. Poppy is the middle one, is a little bit brighter, and so much fun. I love that cheek colour. The ingredients here are again just phenomenal. We've got the ethyl macadamia, so I'll try not to get too chemical, but that's from macadamia oil, and it's a natural alternative to silicone. Now this just makes my heart beat, because there's so many makeups out there on high-end shopping malls where the girls go and get their colour. Silicone is a really base ingredient, and we don't have it, and that is so safe to not have silicone in there. So having the macadamia oil, it's beautiful, it feels luxurious, and it gives you a really, really nice finish, but there's no nasty to it, so I'm just so happy about that. Again, it has the mica, which is a natural mineral dust that it makes your skin sparkle and glow, and also you know, it just sits in any fine lines that you might have. It sits in pores and just radiates the light, so it gives your skin a lovely appearance. We also have in this cheek colour and in our eye colour too, the laurylizine, which is an amino acid, and that's derived from coconut fatty acids. Gives you also adds to the texture and a silky finish once you're putting the colour on. Again, Modere are going to look at adding to the colour range, but for now, these three colours for the cheeks and the bronzer are a really good place to start. We've got eyes that are gorgeous, gorgeous shades and a really, really great mix. We've got the same ingredient profile as the blushes and the bronzer, so just the macadamia and the coconut derivatives that it's really lovely to have. Oh, it's just beautiful. Let me see, what have I said here? Oh, the thing to remember with the eyes is that the pigments are concentrated and they're buildable. It's the same as the cheeks, the same as the mineral powder. Buildable means that you can layer them, so keep putting them on top of each other to make them more intense in colour. And also, if you work it with the brush a little bit into your eye, you can make the tone of it change if you've mixed them together a little bit. There's a mixture here of matte shades and pearl shades and dark colours and lighter colours. Modere have not released yet the pencils, the eyeliners, and this is what I just love about the integrity of this company, is the plastics for the casings of the eyeliners was not up to scratch. So they have not given us second best. They've waited until it's perfect, which I just think is just a testament to everything in their product range. So what can we do while we're waiting for eyeliner is you can wet your brush and just use it with Swoon or Truffle. There's some two really dark colours that will give you a natural eyeline, which is beautiful. And you know, keep, as I said with the other ones, keep to one side of the eyeshadow palette, and then you're not making it all a wet palette. So more eyeliners to come, and yeah, you can use them wet and dry as well. Next slide, thanks, Tony. Okay, how good is this? If you're an ingredient nerd like me, I've been waiting for this mascara. It is a beautiful mascara. It is safe, and there's no animal nasties in it, and no boot polish. So many mascaras have boot polish. This is terrible. I know many people that have used mascara and have eye irritations. Their eyes hurt, they get red, they get inflamed. It's basically the horrible stuff they're putting on their eyelashes. This mascara has no beeswax. It's a vegetable-based wax, Canuba wax, which thickens and lengthens your eyelashes. The organic castor seed oil it works. I was jumping out my seat when this was read out the other night. And then even better when I tried it, but it's a clump-free formula, so it is just gorgeous to put on your eyelashes. And the jojoba oil nourishes and keeps them really, really soft and lush. Talking about mascaras that compare on the market, what you need to do with this one, because it doesn't have the horrible skunk and nasties in it, you need to apply a layer, then wait for it to dry, and then apply a thicker coat. So do one eye, then do the other eye, wait a few moments, maybe do another little bit of your makeup, and then go back and build it up to make a thicker coat. But I'm so excited about this. And I already know so many people that are irritated and are waiting for this mascara to come and deliver to their door. So, yeah, that is beautiful. Thanks, Tony. I'll move on to the next one. Lips. Okay, lips. There's a little bit to just mention here. The lipsticks, how gorgeous are these colours? I don't wear a lot of lipsticks basically because it hasn't been a safe one around, but also because there's so many lipsticks out there that just dry your lips out or make them taste disgusting, and nobody wants to kiss that either. So these lipsticks, I wore the bright red one to the launch party the other night, and it stayed on all night through all of the drinks and the eating, which is just incredible for lipstick to do that. So the long lasting and getting through what you need to do in the day with lipstick on is fantastic. But my go-to here is they smell amazing. There's an orange blossom oil inside, so it just gives a really, really natural, nice smell, and they feel great on your lips, and they stay there. The other thing is, I just want to mention the things that aren't inside. There's so many lipsticks on the market that are petrochemicals that have antifreeze and lead, and that is just so important, because that lipstick goes into our mouth and we ingest it, and we don't want to be ingesting lead. We obviously know how bad that can be. So you can, look out there, just look at the ingredients, and you won't find a better one really with the ingredients that are in these products. They're phenomenal, and not going to hurt you. So that's really, really important. The colours, I'm not going to go into detail. Go with the chart and have a look. But that what you absorb is different in every person. Just with the reds, Relish is the deepest, darkest red, and then you've got Rascal, which is a lighter tone of red, and Flamingo, which is the bright, super fun red. And that's really handy if you're into your red lipstick, just knowing how they're going to look on your skin. The other thing is the lip liners. So keep your eyes open. They're going to release lip liners as well. The same thing with the casings as the eyeliners. That they'll be releasing those in the not too distant future when the packaging comes through is the right thing. And then you'll get to use the lip liners. I found with this lipstick, if you apply it really, really sort of carefully on the lip line first and then fill in your lips, it stayed on really, really well and looks beautiful. But I'm sure the lip liner is going to give us that coverage too. Next slide. Thanks, Tony. Just to mention about the lip gloss. As I said, it has the organic orange peel in it, which is really, really fresh, and I'm a lover of lip gloss, and it's just such a natural smell to it, which I'm just so excited about. When you see the colours that you can see on the screen here, they look quite different on the skin. So Marmalade is nearly a clear gloss with a slight shimmer, and Merrily will give you that a lot more shimmer. So you can use them on their own. Obviously, you can use them with lip liners when the liners come out, or you can shine up some of the other lipsticks if you want to top them together. So if you've got the deep red Relish on your lips and you just want to give it that real pop, you can pop the Marmalade on top, and that will give it a real shiny gloss as well. So I just think they're fantastic. The price of these is amazing for the quality, and I just can't believe, I know that so many people that I've been talking to already are super, super excited and placing their orders already. So I'm really, really happy with these lip glosses. I've just had a blank on that next bit. I'm going to pass over to Tony. I think Tony's going to just talk a little bit more about the balancing cream. So I'll pass over to you, Tony.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Kelly. That was an awesome job. I learnt so much. I was feverishly taking notes. So thank you very much for that, Kelly. And for your first time webinar, you did an awesome job. So thank you very much. We'll just go to the next slide. And yeah, so that was the Modere colour range. I just wanted to add this in really quickly, every Wednesday with Modere, as a customer and a social marketer, there's a Wednesday win, which is a product at a discounted price. Well, we're super excited tomorrow morning because from 9 o'clock Adelaide time through till 9 o'clock Adelaide time on Thursday, so for 24 hours, you can get to purchase the balancing cream at 25% off. So it's around, it goes from about, I think it's about $32 down to about $25. That's massive savings. I call it the happy husband cream because if I don't use, my husband's very, very happy if I use it. But I use it on my 14-year-old daughter uses it. My 9 and 6-year-old sons use it. It can use it for everything. So I just wanted to mention that take advantage of the balancing cream for sure. And thank you very much for your time tonight. We will have another product webinar, not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after. I don't actually have the date of that. But thank you very much for your time tonight. I hope you got lots out of it like I did myself. Yeah, have a great night, and we look forward to you joining us on the next webinar. Good night, everyone.